Today's best music.
Magic 89.9.
What's going on, guys? We're today's best music, Magic 89.9. My name is Ryan Rosella from the show One for the Road, and I am joined by two of the purest voices you will ever hear. I'm joined by Sarah Barrios and Syd Hartha. What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up?
Hi. Obviously, we're gonna be talking about your song "All My Sins," and it's been stuck in my head, and it's been playing on a radio station at Magic all day. So I just want to ask first, how has quarantine been for both of you guys? I know that some artists dive head first into their music, and some people kind of want to take a step back from it. So what about you guys?
Do
Who
you
goes
want to
first?
go? Yeah, you go.
Go. Quarantine, I'm gonna have to admit, like, I haven't been super creative for the first few months of quarantine, but I think I started getting more creative again when I started working on my new song, my single, and this song, of course. But aside from music, I've been doing a lot of things as well to keep me sane. Like, I've been trying to face myself, work on myself, and just get into that introspective mood. Because, I've been reflecting a lot and working on myself, my health, everything. So,
And
that's basically it.
that makes a lot of sense. At the start, you're kind of in a rut. You don't know what to do. Quarantine's so new to all of us. But then once you find your stride, you really get there, right? What about you, Sarah? How's quarantine been so far?
I feel like it's been a mix. It's been back and forth for me. I feel like I've had a lot of strides where I felt really creative and super excited. I've been putting out a lot of music during quarantine. So I'm definitely happy about that, and that's been really, really good. But I think it has been tough not being able to be in a studio. I don't think I've been in a studio for like 10 months now. So I'm used to being in a studio and being around a lot of creative people. So it kind of is a little upsetting to not see a lot of people. But I feel like Syd said, I feel like it's a good time to reflect and kind of work on yourself and your mental health. And I think that's really been important too. So it's a good mix.
That's so great. And, I want to get to know you both and the song, of course. But since, Sarah, you might be new to the Filipino audience, I want to get to know you first. And I don't know if you're aware, but you have a very Filipino name.
I've gotten that a few times.
So when I heard that there was a new Syd Hartha song with Sarah Barrios, I assumed that you were a Filipino, and when I watched the music video, I was like, wow, it's an American singing the song. so I just want to know, where does your last name come from? Is it like Spanish, Mexican?
Yeah. So my dad is from Uruguay in South America, so I am Spanish. I don't look it even remotely at all. But I am Spanish. But I thought it was crazy. Like, a few people had mentioned that the last name sounded Filipino. I was like, I had no idea. But in good company, I guess.
Yeah. Our last names come from the same place. We got our last names from Spain too. But
Okay.
we're talking about your family. Do you come from a musical family? Was there music all around your house growing up?
Yeah, both of my parents played in bands when they were younger. They were actually in a band together. So my dad played drums and sang and played guitar. My mom sings as well. So I think I was very much birthed into a household that had music 24/7. And I was always obsessed with it. I just never thought that it was a possibility to do it for real until I obviously started taking it seriously. But yeah, I grew up in a very musical household, which I feel like is why I did music.
Right, you're really born into it, and I just kind of want to know, what kind of artists did your parents make you listen to growing up?
A lot of Fleetwood Mac, a lot of Beatles. I have a Beatles tattoo, so it's like very much in that realm. We listened to a lot of jazz. We listened to a lot of Etta James and like Nora Jones, some John Mayer, a lot of like singer-songwriter and guitar-based music, which I think kind of fits the type of music that I make now. So I don't know, lots of different music. They were always down to hear different genres and different styles of creating and stuff. So I feel like I was exposed to a lot of different ones.
Okay, and would you say that those artists are your biggest influences today, or did you find other artists growing up that influenced you more?
It's definitely been a mix. I think Fleetwood Mac and the Beatles have definitely been inspiring and like people I pull on for inspiration when writing the songs. I think Ed Sheeran was a big part of my writing process in terms of just learning how to create a story to a song that's also really entertaining. So he was really helpful. I'm like obsessed with Hayley Williams from Paramore. She can do no wrong. I love her. She is a goddess.
Yes.
And Harry Styles has also been really, I feel like groundbreaking for music. He's really married
Right.
an old style of music with a new way of doing it. And I think that that's really cool. So it's kind of a mix of my parents' stuff and my own.
Yeah, it's a mix of the older stuff and the newer stuff. And I think, I think it comes out in your music.
Thanks.
All right, so let's talk about how you found Syd. I mean, did you look for a Filipino artist specifically, or were you just blessed by the YouTube algorithm gods and you found Syd on her channel?
I'm definitely blessed by a lot of really incredible people and really incredible viewers. I knew I had a following in the Philippines, and I knew I wanted to do a collaboration with an international artist and a female. I had done 2 collabs previously that were with men, which was really, really cool, and I really liked the songs, but I knew I wanted for this one to have it be a woman's like song. It was very much a vulnerable song, but also there's kind of strength and vulnerability, and I just felt like that was the vibe. So I had looked and I had seen a few people, and Syd's voice just kind of stood out the most. I really liked her energy, and obviously I don't understand what she's saying in her music videos, but I thought that they were really touching and really interesting and dark and also vulnerable at the same time, and that was what I was looking for the song. And so I reached out to my label and I was like, hey, like, what are the chances we can get Syd on this song? And she was kind enough to be a part of it, and now here we are.
Right. It makes me so happy that you didn't know what Syd was saying, but the music comes through. And you see that nowadays, K-pop is a huge thing. Even if people don't know what they're saying, people still, sing along to it and dance to it. But if that's 100%. What things were like in the US side of things, I want to know here in the Philippines. So on your end, Syd, how did you find out that Sarah wanted to collaborate?
My team reached out to me and sent me the demo for the song All My Sins. That when I heard, they told me that Sarah Barrios was interested in doing a collab with me. Her name sounded so familiar I wasn't sure what reason. Then I tried looking her up, and I remembered I came across her cover before of Doors by Ben and Ben.
Ben and Ben, right.
Yeah, so that's where I first saw her. So that's how it started, basically. When I tried to look her up and everything, I saw some similarities in our music. Like, we were both very vulnerable in our music. We both really spoke or sang our emotions, our deepest feelings. And I think it was like we do a great collab. Like, we work together well. Yeah, look at us. So yeah, that's why I said yes and I agreed. And I was super excited. And this, for my first collab, like, it's such an honor to do a collab with her, with an artist like Sarah. And then Sarah.
Oh, love you. That's so cute.
Girl.
That's
an honor,
that's
though.
so nice. You guys are so cute, and you guys have never met. So I think that's so interesting.
I know.
We have to meet in
person.
Zoom.
Right, it's
For
all
sure.
through Zoom. So I want to know more about the collaboration process. I know it was both of you. It was your first time collaborating with an artist from a different country. So how was the process like? Did you make any changes to stuff like melodies, phrasing? Tell me about that.
I don't think we ended up, the original production that we had, we did end up changing. So I ended up leaving the original vocals I had on there from the first day we wrote it on the song, because it just felt right. I didn't want to re-record them and kind of change the feeling. And so once we kind of sent the demo to Syd and she sang on, and obviously everybody was obsessed with it, we kind of finessed the production a little bit, made it feel a little bit more rounded out, I think, and kind of lift it up a little bit, so you feel, at least for me, it feels like something that I could cry to and also dance to, and that's like my favorite type of music. So I think we exactly. And so we changed the production a little bit so that I could kind of marry those two things together, and then Syd sang on it, and we mixed it, mastered it, sent it to print, and the song is out.
What about you, Sid? I know that obviously her vocals were there. So how did you listen to what she was singing and then add your own Syd Hartha style to it?
That's a hard question. I don't know, man. I just literally sang on it, and it was my first English song. So I don't know. I just literally sang.
Right. You didn't think about it too much. You just kind of
No,
did it.
I did not. And
Okay.
when the first time I heard the instrumental, like the blank part of that verse, like when I sang on it, it just sounded supernatural for me, and I just felt like it was a perfect fit. Also for my voice, like I didn't have to
Yeah.
change anything. I just sang how I sing, how I really sing.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's so true. But when I first heard the song, I was very surprised because I think of Syd Hartha as a folk acoustic type of band, right? type of artist, right? And then you hear the song and it's like this synth pop, almost like a Carly Rae Jepsen type of beat. So Sid, what was it like trying out this new genre for you? A genre that's so different from what you usually do.
Because folk pop, like the genre the genre of music that I do, I think it's my comfort zone. Like that's what I'm used to. And I mean, it's not really a big thing for me to try out new things, to explore new genres. And I've always wanted to do like something more pure pop. So I'm super glad this song came along. And I don't know, I'm just super happy with how it turned out to be. Because I really enjoyed it, and I wasn't expecting that my voice could actually fit into a pop song.
Pop song, yeah, and
Pop, like pure pop.
it fits perfectly. But now I want to know, because this song sounds so good, would you be open to doing more pop stuff in the future?
Why not?
Yes. Okay. So let's talk about the song itself. And when I heard the song, the feeling that I got is, when you're trying to sleep, but you can't because your brain reminds you of all the mistakes you've ever made in the past, all the embarrassing moments, and you guys have turned this into a song. So I want to know from Sarah, when did you write the song? Was this a product of quarantine boredom, or have you had this in your back pocket for a while?
I would like to say it was quarantine boredom, but I've had this one in the pocket for the while. Someone once told me that sometimes the song writes you and you don't really realize that you're writing about yourself until after the song is finished. And I think
that's true.
This one, I was just like going in and writing how I felt a little while ago with some friends back when quarantine wasn't a thing. And we were just kind of talking about exactly what you said, just, rethinking all of our mistakes and trying to figure out if we become those mistakes or if we're just really hard on ourselves and we should actually just exist and be human. And I had it for a while and I just was like, well, it's not for me. There's no way. I didn't write it about me. And then quarantine hit and I was like, just kidding. That is 1000% about me. I need to put this out. And I knew that I wanted to have it be something that I shared with somebody else. Because obviously the more I self-reflected during quarantine, the more I realized that I was not the only person suffering and going through things. So I'm really glad that we got to kind of share it together and kind of be vulnerable at the same time. And it seems to be helping other people, which is the goal for all of the songs.
Right. And it's a song that I think people can really connect to. And I think that's so important, especially now, in quarantine, we all feel so alone, so distant. And it's great that we have songs like these to keep us together. So I want to know, how did you write the song? What came first? Did you hear the production first, or was it on guitar? Did you sing the melody first?
I believe we started on guitar. That's usually how I start most songs. I feel like that's how I started writing songs. So that's where I feel the most natural. But it was myself and two other, I think it was myself. We had three. It was quite a big room. We had like 3 or 4 people in there. But we were all just kind of hanging out in one of my friend's bedrooms. And we were just kind of like, I think it was more of an open conversation. We were just kind of talking about how we were feeling. And we just kind of kept going back and forth. And it's one of those things where like lines kind of pop out and you write them down. And then it just kind of happens naturally. This one is kind of one of my favorite types of songs where I call it blackout writing, where you start writing and then you don't remember anything and then you have a song because you're just like so in the moment and so into it that you don't realize what's going on. And then at the end you're like, oh, I wrote the song. I have no idea how I got here, but I have a song, so that's cool. So it was definitely one of those where I think we just kind of started with more of like a therapy session and ended up with a song at the end, which is my favorite type of song to write.
Yeah, and I think that's so great because you really wrote it from an emotional place. And I think this is why a lot of Filipinos like this song. For some reason, we really like songs that are so emotional. Hugot
So
is the
true.
word. If there's a word you can learn today, Sarah,
Yeah.
it's the word hugot.
Hugot.
Hugot. Yes, that's type of music that we Filipinos love. But now that you guys have done your first collaboration with someone from outside of your country, can you give me some dream collaborations? Could we see maybe like, I don't know, like a Syd Hartha Eminem song or a Sarah Barrios and Glock 9 song?
Oh my god.
Ooh, that would be cool.
That would be wild.
But
Who
yeah,
would we
so-
collab with, like outside of our countries itself, or just in general?
Yeah, I mean, in general.
I mean, Hayley Williams is kind of my like go-to. Hayley Williams, Harry Styles, Stevie Nicks. All three would be cool. Also,
In one
I
song?
wanted in one song would be wild. That would be so cool. And I also want to do a Blackpink collab. I think that would be really cool.
Me, I don't think I have any specific artist that I want to collab with. I'm just down to whatever. Like, I just want to explore. Oh wait, I have one artist in mind that I really want to collab with. It's Hosier.
Hey, that would be
my
such a good
number
one.
one
Right.
international. He's my favorite. I love his songwriting. I love his songs. I love everything. He's a talented man.
Right. We
Hosier,
can
yeah, that would be
we can
Hosier.
imagine it. Right, like, you just said Hosier, and it makes so much sense. I believe you did a cover of one of his songs before.
I
right?
did before. I
Uh-huh.
did a cover of Cherry Wine.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
like the best one.
Good.
That's the best one.
Yeah, so hopefully we can make that happen. Let's launch the Kickstarter as soon as we can, right? I want to know what's next for you guys. Do you have plans for the future? Maybe new music coming up or anything like that?
I have new music. So I release a song every month because I'm crazy. But I release a song every month, so I constantly have new music coming out. But I'm very happy to be living in this moment and, sharing the song with so many people. People have been so supportive about it, so I'm very happy with this one. But yeah, lots of music, as always. Christmas time is coming up. I'm enjoying the festivities, so nice mix of music and hangs.
What about you, Sid?
I've been working on a lot of things, a lot of surprises for you guys. My EP, I've been working so much on my EP. I think that's another thing that's been keeping me busy. And maybe more collabs. Surprise, or
Yeah.
Right.
just stay
So,
tuned and follow me everywhere to know.
right. So where can we follow you to stay tuned on all the surprises?
You can check me out on on Instagram, Syd Hartha, and Spotify and Facebook. That's where I usually post my daily updates. Facebook.com/Syd Hartha official and Twitter Syd Hartha. And Spotify and YouTube.
All right. What about you, Sarah?
I'm on all of the social medias. I am under Sarah Barrios. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, the works. I exist where
Just
everyone else
everything.
exists. Everything.
All right, we're almost out of here, but I just want to get you a quick message from you guys to all your Filipino fans. So maybe let's start with Sarah first.
Sure. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support on All My Sins. I am meeting a lot of you for the first time, so I'm glad that I now have new members of the family to talk to and hang out with. You guys have been absolutely insane. I love all the artwork. Thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you guys in person sometime soon. Fingers crossed, but I love you. Stream All My Sins and go check out the music video on Syd's YouTube channel.
What about you, Sid? Quick message for all your fans.
Thank you so much for all the support and the love. I literally just said what you said. Thank you for all the support. Like, ever since the song hasn't even come out yet, you guys were super supportive. Thank you so much to everyone. And please stream All My Sins and check out our music video. It's on my YouTube channel.
Right, so thank you so much, Sarah Barrios and Syd Hartha. Again, guys, please do vote for All My Sins. Get it on the Magic Pop 30. Let's get it to #1. I would love to hear it every single day. So for Syd Hartha and for Sarah Barrios, my name is Ryan Rosella, and we are today's best music, Magic 89.9.